Justin and Melissa of InspireOut here. We're in Mendoza, Argentina on our South America bicycling adventure. And we get asked a lot, what do you bring with you when you go for 6 months bicycling? And instead of just riding a typical gear list, we thought we'd make a little video. This is what my bike looks more or less every day when it's packed. Talk a little bit about the bike a little bit later. You can see we don't have a handlebar bag, so I try and put the maps in here. I have the camera easily accessible in the front panniers. The tent, the frying pan on the back. It seems to work out fairly fine. We usually put an extra bottle or water or so. Thing you learn real quick is changing stuff on the fly. So I'm going to go through real quick most of what I have on my bike. And you can feel free to make some comments. I use a spare tire tube to keep things locked down in the back. Here's our tent, 2-person Nemo, works pretty well. Haven't been using the fly lately. It's been awfully hot. Spacious tent for 2, absolutely key when bicycle touring. We have just a $5 spare tarp, and this works great, especially when you're staying in a hostel. Cover up the bikes, out of sight, in a courtyard or roadside camping. So this lives on the back. Usually I have an extra bottle of water on the back as well. And let's go through the front panniers. These are Axiom Typhoons. They're waterproof. Work pretty well, seem to do the trick. We paid about $40 for them online. And in the front one, the front right one usually has a bunch of food. Right now we're kind of low. It always has the stove. We have a MSR International.
Why is it in a container?
The fuel bottle lives on the bicycle. Container, boy, gasoline leaks out a little bit. You don't want to put it inside your pannier, so we have this little container that helps keep the scent in there. Got some tongs for fishing down in Patagonia. There's our windscreen. Like I say, lots of food usually. Right now I have some soy sauce and a peanut butter that we're working on eating right now. Sometimes I have a bottle of oil in here. Inside here lives just a little electronics camera charger, map, and a note from my sister before we left. This is the MSR stuff sack that we used initially, and then we ended up getting this because of the gas scent. And there's lots of crumbs in here, you can tell. And this is bags we made, Melissa and I made in Peru. And these are just a little rucksack for going grocery shopping or hopefully backpacking down in Patagonia. So this is what lives in this pannier. Usually my camera sits on top. And lots of space. The one thing you learn real quick is that you need to balance out the weight right to left and more or less front to back. We have a lot more weight in the back. This side has my pocket knife and the maps usually. Compass that Melissa's brother got us, quite nice. Extra bladder, platypus bladder. Give me a couple liters of water in Bolivia. This one hasn't been opened in a while. It has the worm close. It also has an alarm, master cable lock that we use sometimes. We put it on. It's got a motion sensor, works pretty well. Fishing reel, purchased, haven't used it yet. It's pretty dry here in northwest Argentina, but we will be using that soon. Down jacket, Montbell, works awesome. Like I say, haven't used that. Or the raincoat, thankfully. And this is a lot of spare stuff, so thankfully I haven't opened it. We got a spare tire that was gifted to us by another cyclist, absolutely a must. A couple of tubes. Sunglass case, some watercolors, rain pants, and some extra bike tubes, more or less, live down here in the bottom. So this is, like I say, this is mostly rain and spare stuff should we need it. And let's move on to the back. These are Ortliebs. These work awesome. Super easy on and off. Bomb-proof, durable. Love them. Bike's a lot lighter without the stuff on it. And in the back, there's my toiletries. First aid kit, used a lot of stuff. Sleeping bag. The money passport, sometimes we keep it on us, sometimes we put it in our back. This is some extra cycling clothing. Gloves, vest, jacket, sleeping bag liner, guidebook, and a toolkit. The toolkit contains, looks like my flashlight's down here too. Toolkit contains more or less the essential tools, some extra spokes, spoke wrench, tubes, more tubes, patch kits, multi-tool, got a chain tool, extra chain. And this one has some food, not a lot right now, some rice, some lentils, some cookies. We'll get plenty more of that. Food goes in any of these panniers on the top, extra snacks. My pair of pants don't quite fit in my clothes bag. Clothes is just a sun shirt, wool long sleeve, wool short sleeve, and what I'm wearing right now, a pair of shorts, extra cycling shorts, and an extra pair of socks. Here's the iPad Melissa's mom loaned to us, which is so awesome. That's how this video is going to get uploaded. I have a spare rotor for the front, should there be any problems, and some spare spokes. And my Chacos, I love these. These are my town shoes. Wear them quite often, wear them hiking sometimes. And then in the outside pockets usually lives the chain lube, the spot, tire pressure gauge, little pump. And on this one, the sunscreen, some soap, a little bit of toilet paper, and some drink mix. So that's more or less everything we're carrying. Nothing too fancy.